deep, Jakeem Grant. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And that will go out of the back of the end zone. Way too much. Much mustard, not a good punt, and it will come out to the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number one goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number two goal is win your division. Number three goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up, because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
On third down, Henson. Dixon complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion.
91.
They'll run on first down with Marlon Mack. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, got to like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Bravo.
Now it's Smith running right. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
61, matchbox, get it.
They will run with Grant. The Pro Bowler, Muhammad Wilkerson, brings him down.
70, Indy, Alpha.
Looking to throw on second down. Henson, and he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them. They run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. More problems here on third down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on third down, it makes it hard to win a ball game, because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
So scores on their first 2 possessions, but 6-0, so field goals probably not what they were hoping for.
Man, you're exactly right about that. Not what they were hoping for, but they should be happy that they have points on the board. It almost feels like that old slow and steady wins the race, doesn't it? In this case, though, they want to be slow and steady now, but get explosive later and put the points up on the board.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
They'll fake the give. Now gone. And it's complete to Kelsey. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. First catch on that one for Kelsey, and it's a first down. Now a first down carry by Bell. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at their 48-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Mike Williams, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Extra point up and good by Bullock. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They're kind of searching for that magic elixir. You know, they're moving the football a little bit, but not with any great consistency.
I love that term you just used, elixir, right?
Old school.
Old school. I love that. Because you don't want to put too much pressure on your defense as well. All right, if you're kicking field goals, that's great. But your defense has to keep going out there and holding the other team. You're not giving them any cushion to work with, and that gets tougher and tougher as the game goes along. Put the ball in the end zone and get 6s. That's the ambrosia that they're looking for.
Ambrosia and trying to erase this deficit. On 2nd down now, it's Smith. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. Henson. That's complete to his running back, Grant. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Raider first.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply, if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Try to punch it in with Smith. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Here we go now with Smith. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And Boswell's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Not a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's taken down inside the 30. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, put a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. On 1st and 10, Henson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
24-yard gain on the play. First down, Jets.
Here we go. Line 20. Hey,
watch that. Hey, watch the ball.
Here's a first down run with Collins. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
20.
The 45-yard line.
It's going to be a long day. Check three.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you.
And the pressure gets to him again. That sack by Tremaine Edmonds.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Here comes Grant on the return. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Throwing again. Henson. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And they're left looking at 3rd and 8 after the second down pass play only went for 2. Operating from the gun. Henson nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jordan Jenkins in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. Here's the Raiders punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Goff now to throw. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. And a nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46. They'll run it with Bell. The 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one 28 yards on the ground.
A 28-yard gain. 1st down, New York.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in the East Bay. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll try the right side with Bell. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. The Jets on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4. Back to throw. Goff. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. Delayed give to Collins. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Now gone. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. It's the fullback. His first touchdown on the year. And the Jets are going to retake the lead. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Bullock good on the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's going to wind up bringing this one inside the 45-yard line.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Come on, set. 60 or.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Mack. On the tackle, it's Randy Gregory.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Rock it.
Big gas. Check 9.
Pilot, 64, weak.
On 2nd down, here's Smith. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Sua Cravens with a pick, and his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Well, there definitely was some juice on that pass. And while tight ends don't always have the same reputation for hands as wide receivers do, in this case, that ball was expected to be caught.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Again, it's Bell. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Now Bell. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
1st down, Jets.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Johnson running right. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the 35 on 2nd down. Gone. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still ended up with a solid game.
Well, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now it's gone. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for New York. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. Well, pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 44-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. The UCLA product, Kenny Young, had the tackle. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Back to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Being chased out left. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. Wow. How many people are watching this one right here who gave up? Because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one, because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do? And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. He's back to throw. Anunwa's got it, complete. There he goes, right side. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. And he'll get into the end zone as the two-point conversion is successful. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They have time here, partner, for just one final heave.
And I have to look at from the defense's perspective here. We know what they're going to do on offense. The Hail Mary, try and get guys down there and throw it in the end zone, tip it around and catch it. You've got to have guys back there to defend that. But also, you can't allow the quarterback as much time as he wants to set up and throw it. Maybe you bring a little extra pressure to make sure he gets rid of it quicker.
A little bit of a cat and mouse game. We'll see if they bring that pressure. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly.